introduce to you a method that you can use and make money without ever raising a finger, guys. Without ever doing anything. Just look at, for example, today alone. Okay. Today alone, I'm in a profit of over $500. Look at this, guys. What does this mean? It means that the system has worked for me and has made me profit without me even raising a finger. I've been busy all the day. I've not looked at any chart, but trust me, the system has already made money. And this is what we want to introduce to you today. We are introducing to you a method that you can use and you make a lot of money without any hassle. So crypto flow bot, what is crypto flow bot? Allow me get my pointer so that I can teach very well. So that I can teach very well and we understand each other. What is crypto flow bot? What is crypto flow bot? Allow me get my pointer and I remove this. Crypto flow bot is an AI powered, artificial intelligence powered system. It is an AI-powered crypto trading software. Now, to some of you, you may have a hint about what a trading software is all about. Allow me, people. I see we already have over 50 people on the call, okay? We already have over 50 people on the call. But for this, allow me. I know most of you are already on the call. You already know some of these issues. But allow me expound for these people who are watching us live on TikTok, who are watching us live on YouTube. What is Crypto Flow Bot? Crypto Flow Bot is an AI-powered crypto trading software. It means it uses artificial intelligence to study the markets. After it studies the markets, it goes ahead to execute for you, to trade for you without you doing anything. What does it do? It does market analysis. In market analysis, this is where we find technical analysis for those of you who have been traders and fundamental analysis. Now, to some of you are very new people, you are just hearing about crypto for the first time. Don't worry about this. This is what the bot does in the background to make you money. It is like you having a worker, but you don't know how your worker is working, how your worker is able to make for you money. So here I'm just breaking down what the worker does in the background for you to make money. So it is going to do all the technical analysis for you, do the fundamental analysis for you. In technical, that is where we find, for example, candlestick patterns, chart patterns, candlestick anatomy. We always find those in market analysis using indicators. So it does everything on your behalf. You don't have to know anything about what I've just said. You just have to trust that the system is doing all that for you. Now, once you get Crypto Flow Bot, it is going to help you make money in your exchange. That is Binance or Bybit. It is going to go to your Binance and trade for you and analyze for you the market, the Binance market, trade for you and make for you money without you touching anything. It is like you're going to get a worker starting from today. For those of you who may be interested in getting this for the first time, you're going to get a worker whose main purpose is to make for you money. Before I even go deeper into how he makes for you money, we always know that on our phones, we have different apps. For example, for my social media, if maybe I'm stressed, I can go to TikTok and I watch some funny clips and I get happy. I relieve the stress. That's why I label this section for social media. I can go to Instagram. I can go to YouTube. I can go to where? Telegram, where? These are social media platforms. On your phone, you should also have a section of money printing apps. Remember, every app that you have on your phone, it has its own purpose. You have their TikTok to watch funny videos and you laugh. You have their YouTube to watch music and movies. Also have some apps that are dedicated for printing money. That's why I label these two apps as money printing apps. So the same way how TikTok is used for maybe calming me down, the same way I can use WhatsApp for messaging and communication, it is the same way these two apps are dedicated to make me money on my phone. So my question today is, do you have such apps on your phone that are dedicated to make for you money? Okay, let us continue. One of those apps is called Crypto Flow Bot. It is a trading software that you connect to your Binance account and it makes for you money without you doing anything. And I'm going to show you how it does that. Now, for you to connect Crypto Flow Bot to your Binance account, you have to do what we call API binding. Guys, are we together? Are we together, guys? Are we moving together? Am I loud and clear? Am I loud and I want some feedback from the live audience. Am I loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Wow, massive, massive. So, in order for crypto flow bot to work for you and make for you money, you must first connect it to your Binance account. Now, to some of you who are new, you may be confused. How can you connect one app to another app? I want you to look at an example of Bluetooth. Look at an example of Bluetooth. Bluetooth helps you connect one device to another device. For example, you may have a phone, okay? You may have a phone here that you want to connect to your Bluetooth speaker here. So you can connect these two using Bluetooth connection. So it is a device being connected to another device using a system called or software called Bluetooth. So it is the same way. When it comes to apps, if you want to communicate, if you want two apps to communicate, if you want two apps to talk to one another, you must do what we call API binding. It is just a technology that is available and it is very simple to do. It is just around 3 steps. For example, if you come here, you can see that they are telling you for you to bind, you just have to enable reading in your Binance. It is a small procedure that you can go through. It is already here. Okay, small procedure, very small, with just 7 steps. 7 steps. So it is not very hard for those of you who are hearing it for the first time. It is not very hard. You just go to your Binance account and you go to API management. You create the API key. Okay, and some is system generated. Then you enable conditions. It is very fast. Anyone on this call can guide you, or anyone whom you're seeing this live from. If it is TikTok, they can help you do API binding. Very simple, very easy. Now, remember, your money has to be in your Binance account or your Bybit account. We do not give our money to crypto flow bot. If someone says, bring your money and we give it to crypto flow bot, they want to steal you. I'm saying the truth. We do not give our money to this platform called crypto flow bot. All our money and all our profits will always stay in our Binance account. Why is it important for all your money and all your profits to stay in your Binance account? Why is it important? It is because in the past we have seen platforms which come promising you heaven and earth, which come promising you guaranteed returns. We are doing trading, and they say all the sweet words. Then they tell you, bring your money and bring it and deposit it on our platform. And we have always known what is the end result. They go and they close with your money and you remain with nothing. So Crypto Flowbot is just saying, we want to change the game. You remain with full control of your money in your Binance account, which means you can even disconnect Crypto Flowbot at any point you want. The same way you connected it using API, you can just go in your Binance and you disconnect and you did the API, you disconnect it at any point you want, which means you remain with, it is very important, you remain with full control of your capital and your profits. Your money is never given to crypto flow. Even this money that is showing that I've made this money, it is available in your Binance account. The money it shows you that it has made for you, this is just a report, like how your worker can report. Let me give you a scenario. If you have, for example, if you open up a clinic, and after opening up this clinic, you put in a worker, maybe a doctor. You put in a doctor here, okay? Doctor. Now, this doctor can access your capital that you have in your clinic and use that capital. But you are not directly giving him to go with that capital and just maybe keep returning you some profits. No. So what we have been doing in the past, how we have been tricked into scams, it is like this. You have your capital here, and a platform may be something like, maybe platform A comes and tells you, why don't you give us your money? For us, we go. We know what we are going to do. Then we shall be returning to you some profits. When you give off your money to this platform A, it is like you have given full control of your money to another system. They can decide to say, today we have cut you off, and you have nothing to do. You just sit down and cry, and you wake up the next day, you look for another scam, and they scam you. So Crypto Flowbot is changing the game. It is saying, you stay with your capital, okay? Stay with your capital in your shop, which is Binance or Bybit. Then employ me. Here, Crypto Flowbot is saying, employ me. I don't know how to draw, you will forgive me. I'm not an artist. Employ me. I come to your shop and work from there. Work for you. When I work for you, I will be reporting how much I have made for you in your shop. So what you see here is just a report of CryptoFlow reporting what it has achieved in the Binance account. So the money is not here because I've seen money saying, how do I withdraw my profit from CryptoFlow? But my dear, the profits are always already in your Binance account or your Bybit account. This is just a report of what the bot has done today in your Binance account or your Bybit account. I hope this is understood. So once you connect the bot to your Binance account, it is going to read your balance. I know I have people here who like to trade spot, who like to trade spot. In spot, you can see on this account, there is zero balance in spot. But when you go to futures, there is some money on the futures account. So this means at least you should already have capital, working capital on your Binance account. Either it may be in your Binance, in your Bybit, it should be in either spot or futures, because the bot trades on spot or futures. Now that you have money on your Binance account, how then do you make profits? How then do you command this bot to go and use that capital and make for you money? It is as simple as saying, it is as simple. Let me first turn off everything so that I start from scratch. Okay, let me first turn off every button here and I start from scratch. Now, very important. When you see that in your Binance or your Bybit, it has read the balance here, and the balance is between $50 to $200, what you should do, just come and turn on this single button here. One button like this. Turn on one button. What are you saying? You're telling the bot, you have seen that I have my $50. You have seen that I have my $100. You have seen that I have my $200. Go on and use it the way you want me. What I want profits. The way you use it, the way you manage it, it is upon you. Have given you responsibility. Go and use that money and bring me more money. That is what you're saying. So in this case, when you have turned on this full auto running, it means the bot is going to go to your Binance account and use your money, trade for you, and make for you profits. Guys, is that very hard? This is why I say this is the laziest way to make money. I want some feedback. Is that very hard? I want some feedback in the chat. Is it very hard, guys, to turn on one single button and the bot handles everything? Is that very hard? I want some feedback. It is not hard at all. This is one of the laziest ways to make money. If you're someone who is very lazy, you want to remain in your on your work, you don't have to time for market analysis, you don't have time for what, you just turn on one single button like this and the bot handles the rest. What does it handle? When you turn on this button, it is like you're instructing the bot, go to my Binance account or go to my Bybit account, analyze the coins in Binance, analyze the coins. And when you're looking, they have added for us this one. Look into, if you go to futures, for example, analyze only the top 23. Analyze only the top 23 coins by market cap. Then see whether you can get for me an opportunity. If you get an opportunity, do risk management, do capital management, enter the trade. When you make profit, exit the trade, and you give me my profit plus my capital. Everything will be handled by the bot on your Binance account. As simple as that. Very simple. Very simple. Now, what if someone may ask me, but what is the risk management behind this button? What is the risk management? Now, let me show you the risk management, how it does it. How does it do risk management when it is entering for you coins on full automatic mode? Okay. For small capital users, it gets your total capital that you have here. Maybe if it is less than 200, remember I told you, if you have $200 and below here, it is going to get your $200 or whichever capital. Maybe you have $75. It is going to get your $75. Divide by 22.5. Now, I'm getting deeper into the risk management that is involved in full automatic mode. It is going to get your money that is here. Divide it by 22.5. There is a reason why it divides it by 22.5. Why 22.5? It is because when we go to Binance, you see that the minimum notion, or the minimum amount of money that can go into any coin, it is at least $6, considering also the leverage. If it is too complicated, don't worry. Just turn on one button and you leave. I'm explaining For those of you who may want to understand, it is okay. If I turn on this one button, what does the bot do? Because I believe most of you did not know what the bot does in the background. And you are wondering, why is it making for you small profits when you turn on full automatic mode? So when you turn on full automatic mode, first of all, you have to know the bot is going to use smart DCA strategy, smart DCA, when entering any coin for you. What is smart DCA strategy? Am I confusing you guys? I want us to go slowly. Am I confusing you? Am I confusing you? I want to explain because this session is meant for you to understand. It is true I've turned on one single button, but what is actually happening in the background? What is the bot doing? How is it arriving at such and such figures to put for me into this coin? That is what I'm trying to explain right now. Are we okay? Are we all moving together? Say yes if we are moving together. Type a yes. If you are still moving together, type a yes. If we are still moving together, type a yes. If we are still moving together, I see several yeses are coming in. That's very good. That is very good. That is very good. Okay. Even when you're on TikTok live, type a yes. Type a yes. So what happens when you turn on this single button? What does it do? It gets your capital, which is here. That's why this button is for small capital users, not for big capital users. People who have $50 to $200, they are the people supposed to be using this button. Maybe even up to $300, it is okay. So what does it do? It gets your capital, which is here, divide it by 22.5. And there is a reason why I divide this by 22.5. I'm going to explain why. So remember, on every trade it enters, it is going to enter with a smart DCA strategy. What is smart DCA strategy? Smart DCA strategy is a specific strategy for crypto flow board that they invented to make sure we benefit from the dips. The more the coin goes against you, the more money the bot adds into a trade. That is what it means. The more the coin goes against you, the more the money the bot adds into that trade to make sure the average price comes closer to the entry so that you can get out very fast. So once it is using smart DCA, it is not going to put all the why the 22.5? It is meaning it is going to get the money that is here divided by 22.5. This is the maximum it is going to be allocating per trade. $22.5 is the maximum amount of money it is going to be allocating per trade. Okay, are we clear? 22.5, let me repeat. It is the maximum amount of money the bot can enter for you per trade when you have turned on full automatic mode. That's where it is going to get your capital here, divide by 22.5, and know how many trades it is going to trade for you. That is how it knows from the capital you have loaded. For example, if you have loaded $200, from the $200 that you have loaded, I'm going to trade for you 22.5. I'm going to trade for you 8 coins maximum. So you see it running maximally 8 coins. You will not add on 8. That's how it knows how many coins it has to trade for you. Okay? I'm still on small capital users. And we are diving deeper into the risk management. I hope now it makes sense. To some of you, you have been knowing that when you turn on this button, the bot automatically trades, but you don't know how it arrives at how many trades I should trade for you, how it arrives, how much capital should I trade for, how should I put. Now I'm breaking down the risk management. Why does it put 22.5? It is because the smart DCA ladder, smart DCA, uses a 15%, 15%, 30%, and 40% risk strategy. Now let me explain. Even when it says I'm going to put for you $22.5 into this trade, it does not put all this at once. It gets this amount of money, 22.5. It gets this 22.5. And it wants to see how much should I first put into this trade. And it's going to put first put 15% into any trade. It's going to first put 15% into any trade. That's why you will see when you turn on full automatic mode and the bot is trading for you, you will see it is putting in 3.375. Has anyone ever noticed that? Has anyone ever noticed that? Has anyone ever noticed that the bot, instead of putting more money, it is putting in 3.375? That is because it is not going to put all the 22.5 at once. It is going to divide it into 4 phases, into 4 strict phases. Phase 1 is called the entry. Entry. On entry, it puts in 15%. And if the coin goes against you, it adds in more 15%. But 15% of what? Of 22.5. Okay? So it gets 22.5, gets 15% as entry, it puts in this 15%. Now, it says, I'm going to set a limit order at a specific area. If this coin goes against this person, I will add for him more 15% of the 22.5. If the trade still goes against this person, it's going to add now 30%. And finally, it will add in 40% of the 22.5. If you add all these, if you add all these, if you add all these, if you get 15% first, plus 15% second, plus 30%, plus 40%, this will give you 100%. So if you get, for example, 22.5, it has put in 15%, that is 3.5. So the next time it is going to also add 3.375. That is if the coin goes against you. That is more 15%. On the next try, it is going to add in how much? This is 22.5 times 30%. Okay? It continues. If the coin still goes against you, it adds in more 22.5 times 40%. And the total is going to be, if the coin goes against you, it is going to put in all your 22.5. If the coin doesn't go against you, it is going to put in this and get out with whatever profit it gets out with this amount of money. So that's why the smart DCA, I mean the full auto mode, gives smaller profits, because you'll find most of the times it only puts in this first one, 3.375. Now, even if it makes 1% here, it will be 0.03. Do you see this? So some of you have been complaining, why is crypto flow making for me small amount of money? It is protecting your capital, but at the same time, making you as little as possible so that you continue to make money, okay? But also you do not lose your money back to the market. So that's why when you turn on this button, you will see that it is going to give you smaller profits. To some of you may call them negligible. To some you may call them, why is it giving me small money? But at the end of it all, by the time the month ends, you will see that it has made for you a total profit of 10% to 30%. By the time the month ends, you'll find that it has made for you a total profit of around 10% to 30%. So that's why I say, do not concentrate on the daily return, concentrate on the monthly return. Because when you concentrate on the daily return, you will see that maybe it is small. Today I made $0.5. Tomorrow you make $1. The other day you make 0.2. It does not make sense. But if you add up the whole month, are you in a range of 10% profit to 30%? This is what makes sense. Are we together, guys? If you're with me right now, type a 1. If you're with me right now, type a 1. Ashraf is saying, slow, my brothers. I'm trying to be slow. I'm trying to be slow. We are together. We are together. Let's move. So, what if you find that you already have big capital here, maybe $1,000 here, but you have turned on this button? What does it do? Now, in this case, it first sees how much capital you have here, then expose on a 10% per trade. 10% per trade. What does this mean? If you have $1,000 here, now the risk management changes. Okay. If, for example, you already have $1,000 here, but you found your button, you have already turned on this button because you didn't know anything else. How does it do? It is going to expose 10% per trade. Per trade. 10% of what? Of the $1,000. Which means it is going to expose 10% per trade, but only expose 80% of your capital. This is somehow complicated, but let me explain. because I have tried all this and I understand how they work. So if, for example, you have $1,000, okay, and you have turned on full automatic mode, it is going to expose a maximum of 80% of this money into the market. In this case, it's going to expose a maximum of $800 and will never reach up to 1,000. But on every trade, it is going to expose 10%. 10% of this amount of money that you have on your Binance account, which means it is going to expose $100 per trade, okay, and only expose $800, which means it's going to get 800 divided by 100. It was for only 8 coins at a go. So whichever amount you have, it is going to expose a maximum of 80% of that money. And also per trade now, it exposes 10% per trade of the total margin. And still use DCA. It is not going to put all this at once. Am I confusing you guys? I hope I'm not confusing you. Because some of you, it is true you see just turn on one button and the bot handles everything, but you don't know the risk management behind. Okay, you don't know the risk management behind. Now today, I'm explaining the risk management that happens in the background, such that you understand. Instead of just going in blindly, just cram, one button is okay. Now you understand what is happening in the background. So when you turn on this button, maybe full automatic mode, and you have your capital, maybe $5,000. Okay. I saw someone had $47,000 and had turned on full automatic mode. What does the bot do? The bot is going to get, what is 80%? No, what is 80% of this? It is going to expose a maximum of 37,600. But on each trade, it is going to be exposing 10%, which means on each trade, it is going to be exposing $4,700. But not putting all this at once. It puts in the phases of 15%, 15%, 30%, and 40%. So in this case, for you to enter in a coin, you see, when it enters in a coin, it's going to put in 15% of this. And you see it exposing $700, even when you have over 47,000. You get? So it keeps on adding more money of this 4,700, keeps on adding more money if the trade goes against you. Now, guys, are we okay with this? Have we understood? Have we understood? Type a yes. Type a yes. Let me press now down. Let me press somehow down. Have we understood the risk management behind the full automatic mode button? Very good. Very good. So, where does it get coins to trade for you? Where, if you turn on this button, where does Crypto Flow Bot get coins to trade for you? Where does it get coins to trade for you? It comes to this list. Do you see this list? This list of 23 coins. Do you see it? These are the top 23 coins in Binance, Bybit, and everywhere. It is going to go to this list. And now, see whether there is any signal that has been generated on that list in the past 5 minutes. In the past 5 minutes. It's going to come to here on signals. Signals. And look through the available signals. You can see, for example, right now we have AVAX short. Okay. It looks through these signals that are here. Which signal among these has been created in the last 5 minutes? Okay, in the last 5, we don't have any signal that's been created in the last 5 minutes. If it finds the signal available in the last 5 minutes, and since that you already have capital here, now it does what we call the capital management. I've told you the capital management part, how it does the capital management. Now, how about the risk management? What is the leverage that is going to use? Leverage. What is the leverage it's going to use? Now it comes to this signal. On every signal, there is what we call smart DCA strategy. Do you see this button? On every signal, this button is always there. Now it is going to come to smart DCA strategy and look at what is the recommended leverage. What is the recommended safe leverage for this coin? In this case, it was 9x. Okay, 9x. Okay, if it is 9x, then it goes to your Binance and trades for you that coin following this smart DCA ladder. It is going to enter at this price, put limit order number 1 at this price, Limit order number 2 at this price. Limit order number 3 at this price. Those are the other DC orders of 15%, 30%, 40%. Do you remember? So it is going to place limit orders in your Binance account at these specific prices. And we'll add for you 15% when the price reaches here, add 30% when the price reaches here, add 40% when the price reaches here, and we'll set a hard stop loss at this price. Do we see this? But let's take this coin as an example. Let's go and take this. Let us take this BNB, for example. BNB short has just been given 8 minutes ago. BNB. Let's look at BNB, for example. Okay. And I'm going to open the trading view platform, and I'm going to choosing the internal trading view. Let's look at this. Self-leverage 9x. Let's look at this, for example, here. Let me take a screenshot. Okay. Now let us go to trading view and we trace where it is putting these limit orders, because we see the entry is on this price. Limit order number 1, 2, and 3, they are here. Where is it pressing these limit orders? Let us go to our trading view. Allow me open trading view. Okay. Because if you understand the mechanics behind the board, it is going to be very easy for you to make money. Let us look at BNB. Why is it not opening? You do not follow me. Okay. Let us look at BNB. Let me remove this indicator. I want us to look at BNB 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame. This is how BNB is behaving in the 4-hour time frame. Okay. In the 4-hour time, I'm going to expand this so that we understand. So they are saying the entry is at 5. No, BNB, come back. Where are you? BNB. Don't. I have already taken screenshots. Even if you disappear, I'm going to get you. Hey, I've already taken screenshots. You won't lie to me. BNB. 568.75. So the entry is at 568.75. Let us look for 568.75. Okay. 568.75 is here. Okay, we shall take 74. It's almost the same. So this is the entry. And they are telling you enter short. It was a short. Remember, it was short. But it is saying if the price reaches here, it is going to set a limit order at this price, 575.08. Let us see where the limit order is. 578.08. Is 575? Is 575.08. 575. Okay. 575. Limit order number 1 is around here. 575.080808 is where 0808. Okay. Around here. Exactly that. Now, I want you to look at where it has set limit order number 1. Do you see something there? I want to ask traders. Let me bring back the smart money concept indicator. Okay. Let me bring back the smart money concept indicator so that we can clearly look at this. Okay. Let me look for let me look for favorites. Smart money concept lacks algo. Okay. Let me bring back this indicator here. And this indicator, I want you to look at this, because me, before I started using Crypto Flow Bot, I first understood the risk management behind, not just joining for, and at the end of it all, we do what? Want these premium zones, premium and these zones here. Do you see that it has placed limit order number 1 on a resistance, zone? Do you see the limit order number 1 has been placed on a resistance zone? These limit orders that it sets for you, they are not random. They are not random. They are calculated such that it knows if this coin doesn't come back, doesn't go to profit here, it may come back to this resistance and test it, because it has tested it twice and failed and went back. You see this? It has tested it twice and failed. Where is limit order number 2? Limit order number 2 is at 5.8 581.41, 581.41, 581.41. Let's look for 581.41. 581, 581.41. Do you see where it is placing the second limit order? I want you guys to look at this. Do you see it is placing a second limit order at a proven premium zone? Because this was rejected here, it came back. Went back, it was still rejected, it came back. Do you see that it's telling you that enter a short, but I'm placing limit orders as resistance number 1 and resistance number 2. It is safeguarding your money because it knows if the coin comes here and refuses to go down and maybe comes, it is most likely to bounce from here because this is where the next proven resistance is. Let us look at DCA limit order number 3, 594.07. 594.07. Okay, 594.07. Okay, let's put it there. Do you see that it is just at the next highest resistance? Do you see that limit order number 3 is at the next highest resistance? Why does it position these limit orders at proven support or proven resistance? It is because it knows if this BNB doesn't reverse from here, it is more likely to reverse from here. If it first reverse from here, it is more likely to reverse from here. But if it passes this final DCA limit order, then indeed BTC has changed the course and now it is on a clear uptrend. So it places these limit orders on proven support or proven resistance, well knowing that that is where the resistance is. And let us look at the stop loss, 602.51. 602.51. That is where the stop loss is. 602. Almost there. 602.51, almost there. So it says if it hits this stop loss, we are out. That's it. So you may say, what is the distance from entry to stop loss? The distance from entry to stop loss, if we look here, it is going to be 5%. That is the distance from entry to stop loss. Now, where is the distance from entry to take profit? Where is our take profit? If we look at the take profit, okay, if we look at the take profit number 3 is here, 542.04. 542.04, it is where? 542.04. Okay, let us take this. So if you look here, the take profit is at a 4.6%. Now you may say, why should I risk 5% to make 4%? Remember, the more the coin goes against you, the more the average entry extends higher. This means the more the coin goes against you, the more profit you're going to make at the end of the whole cascade. If the coin goes against you, it is going to continue adjusting the weighted average entry or the average entry price. You may find that by the time it finishes putting in all the limit orders, your entry price might be around here. And maybe from there to here, now the new take profit becomes 7%. Now, I want us to go back to this, to the meeting. Guys, have you fully understood what I've just explained? Have you seen that the risk management behind Crypto Flow Board protects your capital? Have you seen that by it placing specific limit orders at specific support and specific resistance, it is protecting your limit, it is protecting your money? That's why I told you we have the basis. Now that they have even curated the coins that we are going to be trading, it is going to be massive. We are going to make money. They will hear of us. They will hear from us. So that's how the risk management is done. When you see it entering with small money, don't worry. Let it enter with small money. It is reserving the rest of the money for the limit orders. So if it doesn't buy the limit orders, you end up with small profit. That is the disadvantage. Because each strategy has a disadvantage and an advantage. The disadvantage of this strategy, it is that if the coin doesn't go against you, you make smaller money. The advantage is the more the coin goes against you, the more profit you make when it comes out. So with this strategy, you always want the coin to go against you first. Me, I hate it when I enter a coin. I hate it when I enter a coin like this. Okay? And instead of going against me like how it is going against me here, I like it when the coin is going against me. Now like this. Do you see this? I'm very happy. Very, very happy. This one here. I'm very happy. Do you understand, guys? But this one here, just putting in once. Because I'm on a $5,000 strategy, I'm going to show you. I just put it 750. It is not adding in. When it comes out, it's going to come out with small profit. But when this one comes out, my dear, it comes out with a bigger profit. So with this strategy, me, I would now these ones are making me happy. Do you see? Now this one, you look at this, it has failed to go against me. It has refused. Look at the small profit it's giving me. It has refused to go against me. But now this one, I'm very happy. It has put in more money. I'm very happy here. Very, very extremely happy. And I cannot even explain it. I'm very happy. Why am I so happy? Because I know once the market returns back, I'm going to be swimming in money, swimming in profits. But to some of you, when you see this, hey, leader, what is happening? Oh, yo, I'm dying. You should be happy because more money has been added onto that trade. So some of you may ask, what if the trade still goes against me? Let me show you the next risk management strategy that the bot does. Let me tell you, the people who made this bot, they thought about everything. They understood that the stop loss is set very far. And maybe your average entry is here. The bot has bought the final limit order, and your entry is still very far from the stop loss. What the bot does, it recalculates. It does what we call, it recalculates the stop loss. Recalculates the stop loss. After this final limit order, let me repeat again. After the, for example, let me show you here. I'm going to use a trade which is in like this one. Let me open here, for example. Let me open here. And I show you. So you can see it has so far put in three limit orders out of 4. So after it puts in the final limit order and it shows me 4 out of 4. Now the system recalculates the stop loss. It recalculates the stop loss and now moves it much closer. Removes it from where it is very far, and brings it much closer. Why? It makes sure, if for example it has put in your $100 total, has put in $100 total. But since the stop loss from where it is, you might lose maybe $20 or more. It says, no, this stop loss is very far. Let me recalculate and make sure I bring it closer such that the maximum this person can lose is 3% to maximum 15% maximum. Maximum. So what is it going to do? It is going to recalculate the stop loss and see if I calculate 3% from this price where the final entry was made and the final weighted average. Let me show this. It is going to see what is the final average entry. Okay, what is the final average entry here? The average entry maybe it is at 5,584. So if I calculate 3% from 584, where is it going to be? It is going to be maybe at 594. Now it recalculates the stop, moves it from here, brings it closer. Such that the maximum you can lose is 3% to 15% of the $100 which has gone into that coin. That is the final risk management that is done after all the DC orders have been calculated and have been put in. Now it recalculates the stop loss and moves it closer to the what? The average entry, so that you can lose a maximum of 3% to 15% of the margin of the money that has entered into that coin. Maybe if it was 100, you guys expect to lose a maximum of $3 to around $3 to around how much? $3 to around $15 on that trade. Now, this applies when you're using 1x leverage. When you're using a higher leverage, that's why I always recommend, even if you're doing manual, use a smaller leverage. If you're using 2x leverage, of course, now you'll go from $3 to now $6 to how much? To around 30 maximum. So you always use a smaller leverage. When the bot selects for you a leverage, it has to know everything. It will bring in the tightest stop loss. At the end of it all, you will lose small money on any trade. Now, let us look about profitability, because I'm showing you coins that are in negative. You may say, but is this bot making money? Yes, it is making money. These are the trades it closed today. These ones here. And even when we come here on earnings, you can see today alone it has made over $700. It is making money. So that's why you should not get worried of, hey, floating Rossi, what can I do? The bot knows what it is doing. Just be patient. Leave it to work, and you see the magic. So how about profitability? How does it manage profitability? When your trade reaches a profit of plus 2.3%, when your trade reaches a profit of plus 2.3%, now the bot moves the stop loss from where it was. It moves it into the direction of the trade to make sure it locks in a profit of 2.0%. Do you understand? Let's say this trade did not go against you. Instead, it went into your direction right away and has reached a profit of 2.3%. What does the bot do? The bot will cancel this stop loss and remove it. Then it will bring closer this stop loss to make sure it locks in at least a profit of 2.0%. And that's why you will see some trades are closing with small profit. If we come here, you'll see some trades are closing with 0.4, 0.58, 7%, 0.85. Why? It is because the crypto market moves very fast. A trade can be, a stop loss can be put at 2.0%, but by the time that the close order execution is executed, a kind of weeks down, and you find you're closing with a 0.58% instead of 2%. Okay, so this is what is causing this one. And you can see SL hit, okay? SL hit, it means the stop loss was moved and it was hit, okay? With this profit. SL hit, you can see this, okay? So that is how it closes in your profits. The second way it closes profits is like this. Second method. Imagine the trade has gone in your direction and is now at a profit of plus 5%. When a trade reaches a profit of plus 5%, now Crypto Flow Bot does what? It cancels this stop loss, this previous stop loss. It will cancel the previous stop loss, cancel it out, and now initiate a trading stop in your Binance or Bybit account. I told you this is the best system, guys. You have not yet understood the power we have here. It initiates a trading stop loss on your order. And the stop loss moves closely behind the current price. And that's why you will see some trades closing out with a trading stop. Let me show you. You can see these ones. Okay. Trading stop. These are manual closes. These ones are closed manually. Let me look for you trading stops here. Trading stop. Where are you trading stop? Don't disappoint me. Okay. Trading stops. Why are some trading stops closing in this small profit? It is because some trading stops are break-even orders. For example, this one is a break-even. What is a break-even? When the bot goes into the third way to close a trade, when that trade goes into your direction, it is in positive, maybe towards maybe a TP1, towards CP1 or something. Now the bot kicks in when it's 70%, actually when it's 70%, if maybe the other profit lock-in of the first one of 2.3 failed to go into, maybe also the 5% trading stop also failed. Now when the trade is 70% towards TP1, it kicks in what we call break even. You may say, but and these contradict, they are not contradicting. One applies if the other fails to make sure you do not lose money. Break even. What does break even? It cancels the stop. If the stop loss was here, it is going to cancel the stop. If for example the stop loss was here and your entry was here, now it is going to cancel this stop loss and remove it and bring it here on the exact entry price. That's why you can see a trade can close with 0.68% and you wonder with a 0.4% profit, a $0.4 profit. That was a what? A break-even order. These are some of the risk management that is involved in this sport that I wanted to bring to your attention. To some of you, you're just thinking about doing things, maybe entering trades, doing this and this, but you don't know why. Why is it entering trades? Why is it doing that? You don't know. Now you know. Third point, if you have big capital, because I've discussed about only this button. What if I have my $1,000? Should I turn on full automatic mode? What should I do? What if I have my $300, my $500? What should I do? Do not turn on this button. For you, you are a big boy. Can I see some big boys in the building? Do we have some big boys in the building? If you're a big boy, type for me a 1. If you're a big boy, someone should kick out this guy. Which guy? Was there a guy here disturbing us?
He has been kicked out already. Let me go and delete all these other chat, other link he posted. I'm already deleting them.
Okay, thank you. Delete. Okay. I want to see some big boys in the building. What do I mean by big boys in the building? I want to see people with capital. People with capital. You're saying me, I have my capital. I have my 1,000, my 2,000, my 3,000, my 500, my 800. I want to see some big boys. Type a 1. Type a 1 if you're a big boy in the building. I saw someone with $1 million. You're still here joking. You're looking for 1,000. Someone is using 100,000 as his fuel fee. As his fuel. He has deposited 100,000 as fuel. You are just looking for how much? You are looking for $1,000. Yes. Now we have some people who are big boys here. Now, if you're a big boy, this is what I want you to do. Come here on strategy. Come here on strategy. When you click on strategy, it is going to open up showing you your balance. If you're trading spots, you can click on spots to show your balance. Now, when it shows you your balance, here down, they are what we call strategy partitions. Strategy partitions. What are these strategy partitions? These represent how much money maximally the bot can expose for you per trade. For example, $100 partition means the bot can only expose for you a maximum of $100 per trade. $200 partition means the bot can only expose for you a maximum of $200 per trade. Do we understand? So it says if you select any partition here, you will represent, you're telling the bot use a maximum of this amount of money per trade. And the good thing with crypto flow bot, it shows you how much exactly, how many trades exactly it will trade for you if you select that partition. If you select 200, it's going to trade for you 300 trades. If you select 2,000, it's going to put for you 32 trades, depending on your capital here. So here I always say, and I always recommend, choose a strategy partition that is going to give you around 2 to 20 or 25 trades. Choose a strategy partition that is going to give you 2 to 20 or 25 trades. So in this case, let me assume if you had $1,000 here, and this was your capital, which partition would you choose? And also, maybe a specific reminder, before you even select a partition, the partition that will be unlocked will depend on how much capital you have. Let me show you an example. If I select on spot where I don't have any capital, if I select on spot, you will see all the partitions are locked. Some of you are going to wonder, why are mine locked? It's because you do not have enough money to open them. A $100 partition says you need $100 more. Because on my spot, I have there 0. So it shows me, for me to open up this partition, I need $100 more. That's why when I click on features where I have the capital, all are unlocked. How many partitions can unlock depends on how much capital you have here. You can only unlock partitions that are up to around this much. So in this case, that's why everything is open in my case. So let me ask a question. Now that you have understood what each of these partitions represents, okay? Let's say if you had $1,000, which partition among these ones? Because 1,000 will unlock this one, this one, this one, this one, and also this one. 2,000 will be locked, and also 5,000 will be locked. So among 100, 200, 300, 500, and 1,000, if you had just $1,000, which partition would you choose? Let me see some people who are understanding the game. Which partition would you choose? Which partition would you choose now? I think I'm live and clear. Okay? I'm just giving you a question. If you had $1,000, which partition would you choose? Hey, sorry. You have removed every... sorry. My leader, you have removed everyone. Why?
Yes, I'll be managing. It's because of the guy dropping the link, dropping on regular link here. So I'll
No,
change
you
it now.
just delete the
All
link.
right,
Delete
all
the
right.
link and you leave everyone to chat because we should chat.
Everyone can chat now. Everyone can chat.
Okay. So people are saying if I had 1,000, I would go for 100. 100. Someone is saying 200. Now remember, if you use $100 partition and you had $1,000, it would give you how many? To give you 10 trades. But if you used $200 strategy and you had $1,000, it would give you five trades. Now, to me, always aim for the maximum that you can get with your capital. For example, if you had $1,000, I would choose the $100 partition, not the $200 partition, because 1,000 gives me a lot of space to diversify my portfolio. So when you're selecting a partition, select a partition which will help you to diversify into different coins, such that you can get very different many coins at the same time. I hope we understand. Now, in this case, how do you select a strategy? You see, there is always a space here at the end. Okay, this space is always there. So click in that space just once. For example, if I want to change from 5,000 to 2,000, I just click once in this, and it is selected. When it is selected, whichever partition you have, now you have understood what the partition makes, what the partition does, and now you have understood which partition you should be using with your capital. For example, you have $7,000, $7,000. Okay, use the $500 partition, or if you want more, use the $300 partition. If you want more trades, you get around 23 trades. Very decent. Okay, very decent. So now you have understood. Now, after selecting your strategy, come here down, turn on one button, turn on a second, turn on the third, turn on the final one, and you're good to go. Let me select my strategy, which I'm using. I'm using this one. Let me click in it. Now, I just 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm done. Guys, is that very hard? Crypto Flowbot simplifies everything. Guys, is that very hard? Is that really hard? Turning on 4 buttons, is that very hard, guys? Once you turn on those 4 buttons, the bot is going to do everything for you. The leverage, the capital management, the risk management, the trade entry, trade exit, everything will be determined by the bot. For example, if we come here and we click on this, you can see, now look at them. They are just coming back with small money. Aha. Do you see? Do you see how this one is now bringing back some good profit? Guys, I was explaining, and my God, thank you, God. Thank you, because now the explanation makes sense. Look at this. It is just at 0.1%, but look at the profit. There is 0.1%. Look at the profit. Look at the profit, guys. Can you now see why I told you that you should be happy when it adds more money here? You should actually be happy when it goes into deep floating. Can you now understand my explanation, guys? Let me see people who can understand it. This makes more sense now. Guys, can you now understand why I was telling you that you should be happy when you see your coin is going deeper and buying more and buying more? Do you see now it makes more sense? But what if, now look, let's take a scenario. Here it is at 0.1% and it's giving you $3. Now let us take the same scenario. If here it just put in 750 and refuse to add in more money. Let's look at this. It may be to put in the $750 and refuse to put in more money times 0.1%. I would be in a profit of 0.75. Do you see this? But because it added more money, look at my profit. It has gone back. It is no problem. We will come back. You see, it is coming back and giving me money. So you should become extremely happy, very happy when the coin goes into a deeper floating, because the more it goes, the more it adds more money, and the more you come out with bigger profits. I was very happy, though it demonstrated for us just for a few seconds, but I was very happy that it happened live so that all of us could understand. I'm very happy. Now, let us continue. I was saying when you turn on those 4 buttons here in this strategy, now the bot is going to handle everything. If you can look here, it has used 3x on this coin. But when it reached on Paul, it used 5x. Okay? Do you see that? When it reached here on Kaito, it used 3x. So it will select it on leverage. You don't have to choose any leverage for it. It selects everything for itself. But I know we have advanced people here. People say, me, I want to customize everything. People who are very advanced. Now, if you're a very advanced trader, what I'm going to say right now, me, I don't use it. I don't recommend any amateur to use it. Hey, I'm telling you people, what I'm going to show you right now, me, I don't use it. I do not recommend any amateur. Pardon?
Listen, are you aware we have so many prospects on the call as well? People who are new, hearing business for the first time. So many on call.
Okay. If there are so many on call, let me reserve the let me reserve the advanced settings for seniors.
Maybe they can drop
Can we
one.
move on?
If you are here for the first time, maybe they can drop one. So we know the amount of first timer we are having on the call. You can drop one
Are
on the
there new
chat
people
box.
on the
Let's
call?
meet you.
If it is your first time learning about these things, it is your first time. If it is your first time, for us a 1. It is your first time, type for us a 1. Just say, please don't hold back. 4 days now. Okay. Uh-huh. It's a decision everyone has to make. Okay. Okay. Let me go ahead. Since it is
No,
a personal
I'm not telling
decision.
him to hold back, just to be aware. Yeah, it's not to hold back.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes. So I'm saying with the setting which I've just shown you, the bot will handle everything. You don't have to do anything else. Just 4 buttons and you leave it to work. When you see any trade having this word auto, it means it is the bot which analyzed the coin. After analyzing the coin, it entered that coin. After entering, it is going to deliver. Everything is managed by the bot without any human involved. That is what it means. It means by just turning on these 4 buttons, after selecting your strategy and you turn on these 4 buttons, these people, and turn on these 4 buttons, everything else is now handled by the bot. You don't have anything to do. Just sit back and relax. Go to your work. Go and do whatever you want to do. Leave the bot to work. Just come and check. Today, how much have you made today? Can you show me? Open this report here. How much did you make for me today? Okay. You have made, okay. This is very nice. You have made $700 today. Good work. How about yesterday? How much did you make yesterday? You just come to inspect. You become your own CEO. You don't have to do anything. Guys, I don't know whether you can understand this. I don't know whether you can understand this. This is the laziest way to make money in 2026. The laziest way to make money in 2026. All these trades are executed on your Binance account. And here it is just showing you the records in your Binance. It is just showing you the records in your Binance, that in your Binance have been able to make for you this amount of money in your Binance. All this profit is already in your Binance. You can withdraw it even today, even if you want. Or you can add it to your capital. It is upon you. It is your choice. I hope that is understood. Now, for those of you who may say, I want advanced stuff. Now you will come and click here on strategy. Now here you can further customize how the bot should actually behave per trade. And to further customize, you can see it is giving you different options of different strategies. So you can say that indeed I had selected the $5,000 strategy or whichever strategy you selected. But I do not want to put all the $5,000 at once. You know what we should do? Let me select this strategy so that you put for me 0.5% of the $5,000. In this case, 0.5% of $5,000 will be how much? Will be $25. So instead of putting for you the 5,000, it is going to put for you $25 per trade. Remember the last time it was putting in 5,000, though not at once, but was eventually putting in all the 5,000. But now you're saying, I do not want you to put in all the 5,000. Just put in 0.5%, okay, which is $25 in a trade, per trade that you're trading for me. Okay, per trade that you're trading for me. And use 1x leverage. So per coin, it is going to use that specific leverage. Per coin it trades for you. It's going to use that specific leverage. Or you can select this second one. It puts in still $25, which is 0.5% of the 5,000, but using 2x leverage per trade. So the leverage will be uniform. It will not diversify. When you leave it to handle everything, it selects leverage according to the coin movement, past performance, and the market conditions. It bases on those three conditions to choose a good leverage for you on any coin. It first looks at the past performance of that coin. How has that coin been performing in the past? Second, how is the market condition today? Third, what is the nature of this coin? Is it a meme coin, an altcoin, a major currency? Then from all those, after analyzing, it selects a specific leverage for you. But if you come here and you customize a specific leverage, it will always use that leverage throughout whichever coin is trading for you. Or you can come here on more strategies and you can see there is now a strategy of 1% 3x. 1% is $50. 1% of 5,000 is $50, and it's going to be using 3x per coin. So it's going to always put in $50 per trade and use 3x leverage. But if you're not satisfied, you can come here and you customize your own. You can say, I want to use per trade 8x leverage per trade or 10x. You can modify here. Maybe I want to use 10x leverage per trade. But I also want to put in 10% on every coin I enter. I have to put in 10% of the $5,000. 10%. So it's going to be putting in 10%, which is $500 per trade, but also using 10x leverage per trade. Do you see this? Now, very, 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 very important. If you come here and you apply custom strategy or whichever strategy you have selected among these, and you select it and you maybe apply, make sure you turn off this button here of Smart DCA. This is very important. That's why I told you that if you know you're not sure, just leave it the way it is. Turn on those 4 buttons, select the strategy, turn on 4 buttons, and you're done. But if you're someone who is meticulous and you want to go ahead and navigate and specify, make sure this button is turned off. Why? It is because if you leave it on, it is telling you, if you leave it on, it will override the risk the risk management that you have put up there. It will override and take over and use the smart DCA that I've already explained how it works. So it is very important you turn it off. Let me give you an example. For example, here I've selected, if you can see here, I've selected 10x leverage and 10% per trade. So by turning it off here, you can see exactly 10% of the 5,000 is $500. Okay, and it's going to be using 10x leverage. So you're going to be putting in $500 per trade and using 10x leverage. But if I turn it back on, now look at how it is going to override everything here. Let me turn it on and you see. Do you see this, that it has overridden everything? That's why if you select your specific leverage and you customize up there, make sure this button is always off such that it can respect your risk sizing. May I leave it on? Because I don't go into this that I've just shown you. Now there are some of you, for us, we are manual traders. We want to see how can I trade manual? Okay. Crypto Flow Bot has this section called signals section. Signals. That's why I told you Crypto Flow Bot is for everyone. For an amateur, you have just had crypto trading today. You can still make money with it. Your expert, maybe you have small experience, you can make money. You are advanced, you have trading experience, you can make money. So there's this section called signals. How do we use the signals section? If you click on it, you will find there are different signals. Some are spot signals, some will be futures signals. Let's look for a futures signal. You see, some will be futures signals. So when you reach on this section, first know, where do I want to trade from? Do I want to trade from futures or I want to trade from spot? So if it is futures, first look for futures signals. But what will you be looking for to see that this signal is still valid for me to trade or it is not? Always look here. When was this signal given? For example, you can see this signal has been given 3 minutes ago. That's why I told you that this is an automated AI system. I am teaching, signals are flowing in. It gives you these signals according to market movement. It follows the market movement. Remember, it is an AI operating in the background. Follows the market movement, gives you signals and going to trade depending on market movement. So you can see it has just released this signal 3 minutes ago. And second point, has it moved past 5%? So always look for when here where it has not moved more than 20 minutes. Okay, make sure here it has not moved more than 20 minutes. And make sure here down it has not moved more than 5%. This one is still okay because it's 5.1. Okay, that is how you can look for a signal. Now, if you see that signal, how do you execute the signal? First of all, you come and click. I'm going to use this example of this futures signal. Then later I'll also explain spot signal. Okay, you just click on execute trade. Execute trade. And when you click on execute trade, you're given 3 options. Okay, 3 options. One option is called flash execute. Okay, it shows you the exchange that is connected. I think this has been just added. Guys, this one was not there, isn't it? This one was not there. People have been using crypto. Has that one been there? Answer me. Has this thing been there? Or it is part of the new APK that is there? I think this one has not been there. Guys, if I'm not mistaken, this one has not been there. Guys, has it been there? For people who have been using crypto flow, has that button been there? That button has not been there, guys. It is new. It is new. It is new. And no, it is new. It has not been there. It hasn't. So okay, now they are saying you can execute direct on your Binance. Okay. Wow, that is amazing. So I have not yet learned how to use this. So I'm going to explain what I have already been using. I'm going to try it out later. I want to teach when I've already tried out a new feature and I know how it works. So here on Flash Execute, if you click there, immediately there and then, that second, the trade is going to enter without asking you for anything. The trade is going to enter. And you see it has entered as a manual trade. It's going to be entered as a manual trade immediately. Now, this second option of smart setup, what does it do? When you click on it, it will bring you on this page for you to modify the specific strategy partition that you want to use. You may say this is where now you can come and customize the way I've been showing you. You may say it is true I've been using the 5,000, but on this specific coin, I want to use just the $200 partition. So you go in 200 and you customize the way I've been showing you. Then you come here down and you click here. Okay, it is going to bring you to this page. Load everything. Okay, load everything so that you can go ahead and put in everything. Okay, it is going to load the coin, load market price, funding fee, 24-hour volume, etc. And you can go ahead and put in everything as I'm going to show you. Okay, as I am going to show you. Then the final one, if we go back to signals, and you select, for example, we are still using this short trade, execute trade, precision setup. It is going to load the same page. You can see it loads the same page, and now it shows you everything. It is going to load the coin, market price, funding fee, 24-hour volume, even the direction will be chosen. If it was long, it's going to choose this. If it was short, it's going to choose this one. Okay? Just a minute. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute so that I respond to this. Okay, let us proceed. So it's going to put in everything, including the direction of the what? Of the market. Then now here, you can go ahead and customize the leverage. 5x, 6x, customize everything, the leverage and everything. So after customizing, you can move this one around. Maybe if you want a higher leverage, you can move it around. Okay. Maybe let me put this one for X. Then put in the amount that you want to use. Amount. The TP and SL is already selected. Don't mind about this. Don't mind about this. The risk to reward. I already explained it when I was explaining the smart DCA. Then come here and place order, and you confirm the order is going to be placed. Now, what if you're a manual trader? You're someone who trades manually. Okay. What if you are a manual trader who trades manually? Actually, that was a future signal. Let me show you a spot signal. Spot signal, maybe like this one. Look at the way these coins are printing money. Just 9 minutes ago, look at the way they are printing money. Okay. Let's say you wanted to turn. Maybe you wanted to trade futures, but you want to find spot signals. How do you turn them into futures? Click on trade, execute trade. Then you click on this. Come here when it loads. When it loads, you can see it has loaded as a spot trade. Come and click on futures. Click here on futures. When you click on futures, you can see it is going to load everything. This is if it was a spot trade and you want to trade it in futures. It was a spot signal, but you want to trade it in futures. So go ahead and select the leverage which you want to use. Leverage is up to 3x maximum or 4x. Scroll down. Okay. Put in the amount, maybe $10 or 20, depending on the amount you want to use. Maybe $100. Okay. Now, the TP is already turned on. Since it was a spot signals, SL is turned off by default. So make sure you turn on stop loss. Come here down. If you want smart DCA, put it on. If you don't want to leave it, come here down and you place long order, and your order is going to go through. So if you're someone who says, I want to first analyze the coin before I enter, you can always come here on futures. Okay. Maybe you want to analyze BTC here. Click on BTC. It is going to open up trading view chart inside crypto flow. It's going to open up trading view chart. Okay. Has opened up trading view chart. So you can say, I want to enter this coin. You have done your analysis from here. There are tools that you can use. Okay. Maybe trend lines and what for experienced traders. This is for experienced traders. Just click here on new trade, and you go through everything the same way. It is going to load. Okay. Everything. You set up your coin and you trade. Even if maybe you wanted to trade, you have done your analysis outside there, and you want to trade that coin, it is the same procedure. Click on new trade, and you enter the same trade settings, and you go. As of now, I want to beg to stop here. It is recorded. Yes, it is recorded. I want to beg to stop here. I know I'm tired and you are also tired. Today, I've just shown you the simplest way you can make money using your phone without hustling. As long as you have your capital, you have a phone that has internet, you can put Binance and you let crypto flow, do everything. If you want to trade both spot and futures, you can. There is no restriction. You can trade both spot and futures. You can, really, you can. So today you have a decision to make. Are you going to have small capital and you keep complaining? Or are you going to build your capital? $100 partition. Dollar man, $100 partition. Are you going to sit on the sidelines waiting to see others succeed? Or you're going to join them and succeed together? I beg to say, have a good evening. I don't know whether I'll be able to conduct the can you please confirm or deny that business US will work? Binance US will work for the bot without the features. Binance US may not work for. I don't know because I don't. I haven't got any downline from US to test it out. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. That's the profit if I get. I told you the bot makes 10% to 30% every single month, depending on your capital. 10% to 30% every single month, depending on your capital. I think I said that very well, very clearly. Uh-huh. I think let me rest as we prepare for the 8 a.m. session so that we can move together. Otherwise, I think everyone has been on the call from when we started. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you everyone who has finished off the call. Thank you very much for putting in your time and coming to understand the risk management behind every trade that you see, what happens in the background. Thank you very much for attending. I hope you have learned a lot of things. The recording, I think it has been given. The recording has been given. Yes, it has been given. There's the recording. So thank you guys for attending. In the next 25 minutes, we have a session where we are going to be introducing new people to crypto flow so that they can understand. Invite your people to join in in the next 25 minutes. The same link that you have used to join is the same link you should share to your people so that they join in and learn and we